Okay, this is my demo video for the TFT Tooltips Twitch Extension, which lets anyone watching a TFT stream hover over the traits, the shop, and also click on any unit on the screen to bring up a tooltip window similar to the ones in-game. So I'm recording myself watching my own stream to show how a viewer would use this extension. Any of the pop-ups you're about to see are from my extension and not from in-game, okay? So the first thing I'm going to show is hovering the traits. So for any of the traits shown here on the screen, you can hover over them to bring up a tooltip window similar to the one in game. I'm going to hover the Heartsteel trait, and here you can see its description, the interval effects, so 3, 5, 7, 10 Heartsteel and what those do. And you can also see the units with the Heartsteel trait. I made it so these units have their name and traits displayed as well, but I'm still playing around with this look, so this might change. And this isn't just for my board. So if I scout someone else's board to see what traits they have, you can hover over these as well, and I'll show you the exact same information. And then to hide the tooltip, you just unhover off the trait. Okay, next up we have the shop. So in-game, if you hover over a unit in shop, it'll show that unit's ability description. I do the same thing here with my extension, except I also added the unit's headliner effect, in case people wanted to see that. And then, just like the traits, you just unhover off the unit and it'll hide the tooltip. So the last thing I want to show is clicking on units. So you can click on any unit on the screen to see more information about them. I'm clicking every unit on my board, and you can see the box that pops up on the right. And this is left clicking, by the way. I know in-game you right-click units for info, but right-clicking on Twitch brings up the right-click menu, so I had to use left-click for the extension. And again, this isn't just for my board. So I scouted someone else's board, and you can see me clicking on all their units as well. And this works because the extension is based on the player's current POV. So wherever they're looking at, you can click those units as well. So this tooltip is pretty similar to the one in game. If I click on Ezreal, you can see his star level at the top, what traits he has, so Big Shot and Heartsteel, and you can hover for details again. You can see the gold you get back for selling him, his health and his mana, and then you have his ability icon, which you can hover again for more details. So if you hover, you can see the ability description and also the damage calculations and scaling ratios, which are based on his current stats, like his current AD and AP. And then beside that, you have the recommended positioning and his current range. And then at the bottom, you can see his AD, AP, armor, MR, stuff like that. And you can hover these to see the base and bonus values as well, just like you would in game. So it's a lot like the in-game tooltip, but you can probably tell that there are some differences. For example, Ezreal has Collector Blue buff equipped, but when you click on him, you can see the tooltip doesn't show his items. So a unit's equipped items currently don't work. Another difference is my tooltip doesn't show the unit class and recommended items, which is below the equipped items usually. I didn't add this because I don't really use it, but if others do, then it shouldn't be too hard to add this. Then the last big difference is my tooltip doesn't update live like the in-game one. So once you click on a unit, the values shown don't change and are based on when you click the unit. I can show this easier when combat starts, but basically you can see I clicked set when he's full health. So during combat, if he takes damage later, it will continue to show him at full health. Okay, so combat's about to start. I'm gonna click on set, and you're gonna see, even though he's tanking, his health doesn't go down, or his mana isn't even updating. So you can kind of get around this by repeatedly clicking on him, like I'm doing now, but that's kind of jank. And also, you can see here, I click on him right before he died, so you can just see like a snapshot of his stats. But yeah, hopefully in the future, I can make this tooltip more like the in-game one, but for now, this is how it is. One last note, so clicking on moving units usually doesn't work. So I'm going to put 2 melee units down in the corner here. When they walk up to the front line, if I try to click on them as they're walking, usually nothing will pop up. So I'm going to try to click on Yone as Yone walks up. So I clicked 2 times, and only the second click worked when Yone was standing still. The reason you can't reliably click on moving units is the extension only updates the unit's positions once per second. So a unit's position isn't known the entire time it's moving, which makes clicks not work. For now, the workaround is wait until units have stood still, and then click, and it should work. Okay, so that's it for the demo. Just a quick heads up in case you haven't seen the Reddit post, this extension is not live yet. So if you're a streamer who wants to add this extension to your channel, you're gonna have to wait until Twitch has finished reviewing it. If it does pass review, then the extension will be made public for everyone to use. And I'll make a separate video for the setup if that does happen. Anyways, I'd love to get some feedback on the project, like what's good or what can be improved, stuff like that. So questions, comments, just leave them on the video or on the Reddit post or in the extension Discord, and I'll get back to them when I can. Also, if you're interested about the tech details of the project, you can check out the project overview doc and the GitHub repos for both the companion app and the extension, which are all linked below. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.